and our guide, Dr. Tina Trivedi, and to all who are present here. I, Aditya Mane, one of the group representatives of group number 13, is here to explain a little bit about our mini project topic, conformal mapping. So let's begin. Next. We have six group members: Tanishq Havaldar, Sumit Munde, Avdut Jagde, and myself, Aditya Mane, Yogesh Medtia, and Yash Jadhav. तनिष्क शेयर कर भाई.
हाँ.
Next, as the topic has two words that are conformal and mapping, first we have to understand what is meant by mapping. Totally there are four topics: mapping of complex number, conformal mapping, conformal property of analytic function, examples and applications. This topic is about mapping of function using set of points that is locally preserves angles of the curve but not necessarily the lengths. Let's start. So, what is mapping? Mapping is referred as applying a function to the elements of its domain. If not, you're just getting it. Let me explain by example. Here is a function f of x is equal to x square, where y is equal to f of x is equal to x square. Let's take two sets A and B, where A has elements of x and B has elements of y is equal to f of x is equal to x square. So actually what is happening here is the elements went through a function where y is equal to f of x, which is x square. So we can also call it as a map. Thus elements of x are changing into elements of y through a map by using its function. We can also plot elements of x and y on a map. So here I conclude about mapping. Further, what is meant by conformal mapping and mapping of complex functions is explained by my group mate Tanishq Havaldar. Next to you, Tanishq.
Thank you, Aditya. So, good afternoon, everyone present here. Myself, Tanish Kawalda, roll number 30, and I am going to explain about mapping of a complex function. So, we note that a real continuous function can be represented graphically, but we cannot map a complex function graphic on a one single plane. So, let's see why we can't do that. So let x square equals to let f of x equals to x square where z is sorry let f of x equals to z square where z is x plus iy, therefore w equals to f of z. Now putting z in f of z, then f of z equals to x plus iy the whole square. Then opening the square using the formula a square plus b square plus 2ab. So we get x square plus I square y square plus 2 into x into iy. Therefore, taking non-I terms to the left, so we get f of z equals to x square minus y square plus I 2 into xy. Therefore, we can also write f of z equals to u plus iy. Now, w equals to f of z equals to u which is function of x and y plus iv which is also function of x and y. Here f of z is already a function of two variables with u and v also having two more variables. So we need four dimensions to plot this function, which is not possible. So let's see how we can resolve this problem. Solution. To resolve this problem, what we can do is to plot separately two graphs for both xy and uy. So the xy the xy plane is known as z plane, and uv plane is known as w plane. So let's see an example to completely understand the mapping of a complex function. So here we have a question: determine the region D in W plane corresponding to region D in the Z plane given by x equals to 0 and y equals to 0, x equals to 1, y equals to 1 under the transformation W equals to Z plus 2 minus I. So here we are given with W equals to Z plus 2 minus I. Therefore, W can be written as U plus IV. As earlier we saw, W equals to function of Z equals to U plus IV, and Z is where Z is x plus iy. So we substitute in the above equation, we get U plus IV equals to x plus iy plus 2 minus I. Therefore, separating I terms and real terms, imaginary terms and real terms, we get U plus IV equals to x plus 2 plus I into y minus 1. Comparing both the sides, LHS and RHS, we get U equals to x plus 2 and v equals to y minus 1. Therefore, substituting the values of x and y in given from the equation in the derived equation of u and v, we get u equals to 2 when x equals to 0, u equals to 3 when x is 1, u equals to minus 1 when y is 0, and v equals to 0 when y is 1. Therefore, let's plot it on the graph. So the xy plane is known as z plane, and we get a w plane of uv graph. So this how we can resolve the problem of four-dimensional complex function. So the further topic conformal mapping will be explained by my teammate Avdut Jagde.
Good afternoon to everyone. My name is Audu Jagde, SR number 35, Comms Department. Now I am going to explain the topic conformal mapping. Next slide. Before starting to our main topic, conformal mapping, let's understand the meaning of conformal. A transformation W is equal to Fz is said to be conformal at point Z naught if function is analytic and the derivative of function at point z naught is not equal to 0. Let's see the example of conformer. Conformer. A transformation W is equal to function of z defines on a domain D is referred as a conformal transformation or a conformal mapping when it is conformal at each point in D. That is, the mapping is conformal in D. If function is analytic in D and its derivative has non-zeros. Next slide. Let's understand the conformal mapping through a diagram. Here, here the two curves C1 and C2 in the Z plane intersect at point P and let the corresponding diagram curves C1 dash C2 dash in the W plane intersect at point P dash. Understand under the mapping W is equal to function of Z. By comparing two figures, we conclude that if the angle of intersection of curve C1 and C2 at point P is equal to the angle of intersection of the curve C1 dash and C2 dash at point P dash, both in magnitude and direction, then the mapping is said to be conformal mapping at point P. Now understand the term isogonal mapping. A mapping, a mapping that preserves the magnitude, a mapping that preserves the magnitude of the angle between the two smooth arcs but not the direction is called isogonal mapping. Let's understand the isogonal mapping through two diagrams. In the figure of isogonal mapping, we see that the angle between C1 and C2 at point P is equal to the angle of between C1 dash and C2 dash. Angle between C1 dash and C2 dash at point P dash in magnitude only, not in a direction. So now we can say that these two figures are belong from isogonal mapping. This is from my side. The next topic was explained by Sumit.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Trina Trivedi. Myself, Sumit Munde, serial number 63, and I am going to explain about conformal property of analytic function. Next slide. The theorem states that if W equals to f of z is an analytic function and f dash of z is not equal to 0 in a region R of z plane, then the mapping W equals to fz is conformal at all points of R. The proof. Let Pz be a point in the region R of z plane and P dash W be the corresponding point in the region R dash of W plane. Let Q, that is z plus delta z, be the corresponding neighboring point on the curve C in R through P, and Q, that is W plus delta W, be the corresponding neighboring point on the curve C dash in R dash region. Here you can see the graph of Z plane and the W plane. Next slide. Let the complex number delta Z and delta W be expressed in exponential form as delta Z equals to R into e raised to I theta and delta W is equals to R dash into e raised to I theta dash. So taking the ratio of this complex number, we get delta W upon delta Z is equals to R dash upon R into e raised to I theta dash minus theta. Let the tangents at P and P dash make angle alpha and alpha dash with the x and u axis respectively. Hence, delta Z tends to 0, theta tends to alpha. Similarly, delta W tends to 0 and theta dash tends to alpha dash. Previous slide, please. So here we can see on the left side we have graph of Z plane and on the right side we have W plane. In Z plane we have taken a point P and Q which is neighborhood of P lying on the curve C. Similarly, in W plane we have Q dash which is in neighborhood of P dash point lying on curve C dash. Here we can see that in Z plane alpha is the angle which is made by the tangent at point P with the x-axis, and in W plane alpha dash is the angle made by the tangent at point P dash with the u-axis. Next slide, please. So continuing with the proof, f dash of z is equals to dw by dz is equals to limit delta z tends to 0, delta w upon delta z is equals to limit delta z tends to 0, r dash upon r into e raised to I theta dash minus theta. Since fz is analytic, f dash of z is not equals to 0. Let f dash of z is equals to capital R into e raised to I phi. Then capital R is equals to magnitude of f dash of z, and phi, which is nothing but amplitude of f dash of z. R into e raised to I phi is equals to limit delta z tends to 0 r dash upon r e raised to I theta dash minus theta. Then we get r dash equals to limit delta z tends to 0 r dash upon r, and phi is equals to limit delta z tends to 0 theta dash minus theta is equals to alpha dash minus alpha. Next, let us consider another curve C1 through P. Let C1 be the corresponding curve in the W plane through P dash if the tangent to the curve C1 makes an angle beta with the x-axis, and the tangent to the curve C1 dash makes an angle beta dash with the u-axis, then as above, that we have get, that is phi is equals to alpha dash minus alpha. Here we also get phi is equals to beta dash minus beta. So by computing phi alpha dash minus alpha is equals to beta dash minus beta. Now we move the beta to the left hand side and alpha dash to the right hand side. We get beta minus alpha is equals to beta dash minus alpha dash. Here in the LHS part, we have the angles of the Z plane, and in the right hand side, we can see the angles which is of W plane. Thus, the angle between the curves C and C1 in Z plane is equal to the angle between the curves C dash and C1 dash in the W plane in magnitude. Hence, the mapping by an analytic function W equals to Fz is conformal at each point where f dash of z is not equals to 0. Next, notes. A point at which f dash of z is equals to 0 is called critical point of transformation W equals to Fz. Since alpha dash equals to alpha plus phi that we have get in the previous slide, the curve C dash at P dash is rotated throughout an angle phi, which is nothing but an amplitude of f of z, f dash of z under the transformation. This is called angle of rotation. Angle of rotation is equals to amplitude of f dash of z. Since r is equals to limit delta z tends to 0 r dash upon r, a small segment in W plane in R is equals to magnitude of f dash of z times the corresponding small segment in Z plane. The ratio R is called the coefficient of linear magnification. Therefore, coefficient of linear magnification is equals to magnitude of f dash of z. Since in conformal mapping, angle is preserved, if two curves in Z plane are orthogonal, then the image in W plane will be also orthogonal, and vice versa. Thank you. Next part will be explained by Yogesh.
Hello everyone, myself Yogesh. Now we will solve some example on conformal mapping. Let's start with first example. Find the angle of rotation and the coefficients of magnification at z equals to 2 plus I under the transformation w equals to z square. Let's start it. W equals to f of z equals to z square. As z is given by w dw by dz equals to 2z, and the transformation is conformal expect at z equals to 0, because at z equals to 0 sz vanishes, so therefore we cannot map uh, uh, as a complex function at z equals to 0, and the transformation is conformed at z equals to 2 plus I. Now f dash z of 0 equals to 2z naught. By putting z naught
we get 2 equals to 2 into 2 plus I equals to 4 plus 2I. Then angle of rotation is given by amplitude of Fz naught. Further, it is given by tan inverse of y by x. By putting value of y and x, we get angle of rotation equals to tan inverse of 0.5. By further solving, it gets 26.56 degree. Now solve another example. The coefficient of magnification is given by mod of Fz naught is equals to root of x square plus y square equals to 16 plus 4 equals to 2 root 5. Therefore, the angle of rotation is 26.56 degree and the coefficient of magnification is 2 root 5. Now we solve example 2. Find the angle of rotation and the coefficient of magnification at z equals to 1 plus I and under the transformation w equals to z square. W equals to f of z equals to z square. Further, f dash of z is given by dw by dz equals to 2z. As we can see, the first problem, f of z is vanished at z equals to 0. Hence, the transformation is confirmed at z equals to 1 plus I. Now, f dash z of 0 equals to 2z naught equals to 2 into 1 plus I equals to 2 plus 2I. Now, angle of rotation is given by amplitude of f dash z of 0 equals to tan inverse y by x. By solving, we get tan angle of rotation equals to pi by 4. Now, coefficient of magnification equals to fz given by mod of fz naught is equals to root of x square plus y square. By solving mod, we get answer equals to root 8. By further simplifying it, we get 2 root 2. Therefore, angle of rotation is pi by 4 and the coefficient of magnification is 2 root 2. Now further will explain by my friend Yash.
Good afternoon, all of you. Myself, Yash Jadhav. My serial number is 34. So I am going to explain some application of conformal mapping. So here are some applications of conformal mapping. First one, Cauchy-Riemann equation approximation. That means compute a quasi-conformal parameterization of a topological disk and also to create a unique parameterization of surface. As these are the two examples of Cauchy-Riemann equation. Next slide. Second one, Laplacian operator linearization. In this, we to use a method to compute a conformal mapping for a genus 0 surface by representing the Laplace Beltrami operator as a linear system. These are the examples. Next slide. Third one, angle-based method. Angle-based flattening method flattens a mesh to a 2D plane and also minimizes the relative distortion of a planar angles with respect to their counterparts in three-dimensional space, as you can see in a diagram. Next slide. And the last one is the circle packing. In this circle packing, classical analytic function can be approximately using circle packing and also does not consider geometry, only connectivity. Thank you.